There we go. Yeah. The COVID clinic. Weight loss in a week or less, huh?
It is. It is, and it has not come back.
Dude, I have not been able to catch the motherfucker. So I have been everywhere. I've been exposed to it. Like everybody I know. Like even my wife's family have all had it now.
You might have had it and just never had any
I don't
symptoms.
fucking know. I've
might have
never
been
tested
well.
positive for it, so I have no clue. My brother's the same way.
How many tests
So
have you done?
I've done like 6 or 7. Yeah.
Wow.
So I got the ones from the governor that you
I got
get
my
2
free
in a
ones.
box. Yeah. And then I got 2 more from the school, so 2 more boxes, and so I still got like 2 of them left. Yeah, because there were a couple days I was like, man, I gotta go see, because
Especially being at school teacher.
well, not so much even school, but like we had this thing at the bar a few weeks ago where like everybody was there, so because there's a funeral, all right, and and it was like wall to wall people, and everybody there had COVID at some point in time, just about, except for like my wife, my brother, and I. So I was like, this is it, man. So 2 days later, I was like, I think that's allergies, but I don't know. Let me go check.
I know everything feels like it might be COVID.
Then, just
think
sitting
that's
there
it.
watching the double negative. I was like, I want to get out of work for 2 weeks, even though I only go to work 1 day a week.
Oh, man. We technically have, I think, 4 or 5 days of COVID days that we're allowed to use. And
That's just baked into the schedule. They call them COVID days.
It's COVID days, and you don't even have to have a reason.
So you just suspect that you have COVID, and they say don't come to work.
You got a friend that needs help,
Oh,
or a
yeah.
parent, or anything like it. It
So it's just
says
like 3 days.
we don't need an explanation. COVID,
That's fine.
and I'm like, I don't know how I feel. Like how am I? Which
Just
is,
take
of
one.
course,
Burn one.
the American philosophy is, well, I shouldn't use it. I should work. Like,
Oh, that's not my
not
philosophy.
you guys.
Yeah, no.
Well, okay. You saying not you guys. It's not that I didn't put in my time doing exactly that. It's that I have later come to the realization through, especially in old jobs, reconciling that I wasn't as important as I was. Okay,
No,
your
you're
point-
not. Yeah.
I can't miss these days. The office will fall apart.
Yeah, no.
Guess who's at Baker?
Who?
Eric.
Really?
They're so short-staffed.
Oh my God, he brought him back?
He never worked there.
No.
Oh.
Did he go directional?
Yep.
Oh.
Oh, good for
They
him.
don't have enough directional people, so it took his buddy that got him into the oil field,
Yeah.
working for Baker, and he goes, I got a guy. He'll come to work tomorrow. And he's working with Baker. I guess technically he's not a Baker employee. He's
He's a contractor.
kind of contract
Yeah.
until he gets past a certain time, but then he's just like, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen when that time comes because Baker needs you to be vaccinated.
Oh.
I might just stay like this.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe.
Or they'll get rid of all this garbage by the time.
That's probably more likely. So.
I would think so. Yeah.
My
Yeah.
school won't get rid of the mask mandate, man. So,
Really?
Yeah, all the schools.
Wow, even California did it.
I know, but it's just it's still law in the land at the colleges, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Got a lot of people who still want to feel like heroes for wearing masks.
I don't even know if it's that, man. And so I just think that like I don't even know anymore. It's almost like they can't. So like my school is probably one of the better ones in terms of like actually being faculty governed.
Oh,
And so I
okay,
guarantee
yeah.
you they're not going to peel it back because nobody
Yeah.
will fucking agree to do it.
Yeah.
So across the board, and nobody really does have kind of the administrative juice, so to speak, to just say, oh well, we're doing it this way, because that wouldn't work. Yeah.
Is there still like the specter of liability?
I don't think so, man. I think that I don't know, like So like so many fucking people died that I think it actually outran the lawsuits. So yeah.
What do you want?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know.
You're well past the point where you could hang this death on the sole actions of
exactly.
What is it? What is it? Intent follows the bullet. The legal term, where it's like or like gross negligence or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
Yeah, I don't think any of that would actually hold up because it like literally. Like I know like within my school, I don't think anybody on our faculty died, but we did have several people in admin who did. And so they're just kind of like, okay, the whole legal aspect of it.
Yeah.
It's just basically, well, they were living.
Right.
They probably went to a grocery store and got it there or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, you never know.
Fucking prove it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know.
One of the guys on the radio was just like, well, didn't you hear? COVID ended when the NFL playoffs started.
That's right, it did, didn't it?
The NFL had players missing days left and right, missing games. Soon as the playoffs hit, not one player hit COVID protocols.
Amazing.
Just suddenly gone.
Yeah, magic.
Huh, that is true.
Yeah, especially since there's a who is it? There's that receiver for Buffalo that is
Cole Beasley.
yeah, who is ardently
yeah
Anti-vax.
I'm kind of hoping that dude goes to the Patriots next year
Why?
because they need receivers.
Oh, okay.
They said that they are shopping him.
Yeah. He requested a trade. Yeah.
He's just not getting along with management? Or he just doesn't want to be in Buffalo?
I want to be in Buffalo. It's like there's talent there. I think they're
But you have to live there.
Do you?
Well, I mean, you're there for
Yeah.
4 or 5 months.
But like, like half the Broncos don't live in fucking Denver. So,
Yeah, but to call this you're away from home ain't that bad.
I guess. So, I don't know.
I
I was never under the impression that guys who played for the team actually lived in the towns in which they play. So,
I always kind of hoped that
I kind of like, no, I mean, it was one of those things. It was like, I can't remember who it was who broke my bubble on that one, but it might have been like Rod Smith or something.
No, he's Denver.
Yeah,
it was someone during
He's
that
blackjack
era.
pizza.
stick with a home team.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it was something in that era where I remember seeing, maybe it was like Steve Atwater or something.
He might not.
Where it was like his home in Florida. I was like, oh, fucking traitor, and then, so it's the same thing with like Peyton Manning lives in Tennessee, and you're kind of like, oh, okay, and Brett Favre always lived in Mississippi.
Right.
So, and then after a little while,
Peyton lives out here now, I think.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Because his daughters go to the school.
Full time?
I mean, if your daughters are going to school.
Maybe. I don't
Okay,
know.
now hold on. There's a difference between where do you live and where do you declare residency.
Where do you pay taxes?
Because my understanding is an overwhelming amount of professional athletes have their residence in Florida,
Right.
and that has everything to do with taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't really get you around taxes either. If you make that money in Colorado, you're going to pay state taxes in Colorado.
I hear you, but they broke down the benefits of it, and it was staggering.
Oh, I'm sure, man. When you're talking about large numbers like that, then
marginal
changes do actually add up to quite a bit.
Yeah, you and I, it's like the denominator's not big enough.
No, the denominator is not big enough. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. So, all right, we're 9 minutes in.
Oh, what do you want to do? You want to introduce the show?
I'm Pat.
I'm Will.
I'm Jeffrey.
What are we doing, Will?
We are coughing before bed.
What is caffeine before bed, Jeffrey?
It's a program.
It's a program.
And if you listen carefully enough, Patrick and I are going to teach you how to make an Amish shaker box.
An Amish shaker box, yeah. And Gordon Ramsay grade eggs.
And William's
Sounds
going to
horrible.
supervise. Yes.
So he was going to supervise.
Throw it in the trash.
What?
What?
Those
Why?
eggs?
Oh, I thought you were talking
Oh,
about the
no, I thought you were
box.
talking about the Amish
I don't even know
box.
what a shaker box does.
It's just think about
Where you shake your baby.
Well, no, and you don't have to be exclusively Amish to do that.
Yeah.
You can do that as just a lowly Georgia redneck. No, it's so you've seen the Amish design where they don't move screws, so it's all designed to notch together.
Yeah, it's all held together by, what is that called?
Tongue and groove.
Tongue and groove, yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Faith.
Yeah. And so if you T and G it the right way, it's like perfectly tight. They're gorgeous.
Yeah.
Right. So they're just small stuff like that.
Gotcha. Okay. I did not realize that's what that was called.
Yeah, and I think the Amish designation is the kinds that you use without.
Do they just
without
call it a
screws.
box?
Right, yeah.
Is it one of
It's
those
like in
things?
Belgium. They call them waffles.
Waffles.
Yeah.
Right. What is that? They're easy to American waffle.
Right, yeah. American waffle. Goes in your toaster, fucker.
Right. I'm trying to remember. I heard another great. I'll try to think of it. It's just another one of those things where you put a nationality in front of it because you do it wrong. Oh, that's right. A Russian left turn.
A Russian left turn.
Yes.
What is this?
That is a left turn that you instigate from the furthest right lane.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Last
I
minute
like that
decision.
one.
Yes, that
like
is
that
that
one.
is a Russian right turn or a Russian left turn.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you pull the trigger while you're in the right-hand turn lane of the got it.
You cross all lanes of traffic.
Yeah, all of them. A Russian left-hand turn. Got it.
Russian left turn.
Yeah.
Everybody else can deal with it.
There's actually a thing called a Michigan left-hand turn. Have you heard of this?
No, please go ahead.
So there are towns in Michigan that are actually designed with these stupid left-hand turns. Okay, so it works like this. All right, you have a lane. All right, and it's designated turn lane. And when you come up to an intersection, you're not allowed to turn. You have to go straight, and then there's a U-turn about a block or two down there.
Oh,
And you go all the way around, and you hang a right-hand turn when the light is in your favor.
Oh my gosh.
It's ridiculous. So, but I noticed it the other day because we have some of those going on with the construction up there. Yeah.
there are some of those in Houston too.
Oh, are there?
There
Yeah,
are
okay.
some of them,
Yeah.
not as bad as you're describing.
They're
but there's
everywhere.
a little bit of.
It's if you have like any major 4-lane street with a median in it, it's got that kind of left-hand turn.
But so you're just moving the left-hand turn. So how is that alleviating traffic? Aren't you just totally bogging up the U-turn thing? So that
I don't know, man. I wasn't exactly driving, so you know.
The places that I saw those happen in like Houston and stuff, right? You could tell it was because that was just the road that they had to work with the existing road that was there.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if that was just by necessity. So it could be for Michigan, like, do you want to tear this up? It's like, no. Well, then do it this way.
Gotcha. It wasn't
maybe.
pre-planned. It's adjusting to what was already there.
See, I don't know. And I mean, there was enough of them that it's almost
Yeah,
like
it looked
you
intentional.
kind of did it on purpose, guys. So
Enough so that somebody was like, you clearly think this is the superior way.
right, and I don't know. Maybe there might be something safer about it because the cars stop short of the U-turn, so coming in the opposite direction.
Right,
I don't
right.
freaking know. So, yeah.
Actually, I have to ask you. This is like twice in a row. No, maybe 3 times in a row. Did they tinker with the traffic lights over heading your direction? Because I have.
There's more and more going in.
Well, there's more of them, but I don't know if they messed with the timing because I haven't caught a light on the way to your house the past 2 or 3 times I've gone, and it's just been a joy.
Oh, going out there?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
They're I don't know if they take. I still catch lights and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. Well, you're the expert, so.
I
Right,
think it's
you live
just
there.
I think it's just hit or miss. But
This is just
there's
a small
also
sample
getting
size.
so many more lights on that street.
Oh, I
so.
know. Well, you just look at the southern portion there, and then up north where they're doing all that stuff with Benny Lewis Ranch and stuff.
Oh yeah.
There's gonna be so many freaking houses out there. So,
Yeah, it's nuts.
yeah.
Well, to Will's credit, though, he does have the newest Arby's in town.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You got the good one then, huh?
I
For now.
guess. I don't think I've eaten anything from there yet.
It's only a matter of time before it goes downhill.
Well, the only time an Arby's is clean is when the store is new.
Yeah, when it's fresh out of the box.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they have to take the plastic off.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
But there will be no thorough washing of an Arby's. It will get dirtier and dirtier until it becomes a pot shop.
Why is Arby's so bad?
I don't know. They've just always
can't
been that
tell
way,
you.
man.
Worse
But,
than like all the other ones, or
Every Arby's that I've been into is just like so. Like when I was a kid, we used to go to the one on Academy,
Right.
All right, which was the
The-
nice one.
The South Academy one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, is it on? Is it south?
Well, the one that was sort of near the
It's
McDonald's.
north of Platte. So
Yeah.
so there is another one further down. If I'm not
Well, yeah,
mistaken.
but I'm talking about
Yeah.
South. So the other one, I don't know if it's technically on Academy or not, or is it on,
it's on Academy.
the one that over there?
Oh, the one on Awesome Bluffs.
Yeah.
No.
Would that count as Academy, or is
No,
that
that's
Austin
not Awesome Bluffs.
Okay.
Yeah.
all right.
Well, and then they opened that one.
Yeah.
And then that was a nice one.
Yeah.
You went to it, and it was nice and clean,
Yeah.
for a while. And then, that one started going downhill because eventually they built the one over here on Powers. And it was like, now this is the nice one. Okay. And then that one went downhill to the point in time where it went out of business.
that bad?
Oh, yeah.
it's
I went to
gone?
a taco shop now.
Oh.
So. Oh, no, it's a burrito joint.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I do not like their burritos.
Didn't you say their breakfast burrito was pretty good?
No.
Okay.
Those
They put too
fuzzies.
much shit in it?
Not just too much shit. Like, so it was huge,
Oh, okay.
but it had, like, weird Mexican meat.
What, like chorizo?
Well, that or, like,
Goat.
ground turkey. I have no idea. Yeah.
Don't do that, Mexico.
Yeah, fucking... I don't know. I don't
monkey brains.
know.
Snake surprise.
No. I can't tell you like how much iguana was in it, but it's
They import those from Florida, right?
it wasn't. It had a weird flavor, and like when some places like that make burritos, you bite into it and oil grease flies everywhere.
Yeah. It
Right.
ruptures.
The chorizo does that,
That
and
Yeah.
it's that bright fluorescent
yes,
orange
yeah. That is
What is chorizo? Isn't it pork?
Mexican sauce.
it's spicy Mexican sausage.
Okay, but it's made out of pork.
Yeah,
if I'm
I
not
think so.
mistaken. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
What's the stuff that's actually intestines? Is that
Tripe.
Tripe. Okay, yeah,
Tripe
that's right.
and offal.
Menudo, yeah.
Menudo, yeah,
Menudo.
yeah.
That's right.
And offal. That's those are.
Tripe. There's something I'm never gonna try.
I've had it.
I've had it.
That ain't gonna happen.
It's kind of tasteless. So,
It is, and it's always in the service of something ridiculously spicy.
Oh, yeah.
That's all you can taste.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And it's the same thing. It's always like, hee, gringo, this is spicy for you. Like, yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
is.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
proud.
people pick on me about that too. So I've gotten worse as I get older. It's like, is it spicier than ketchup? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, then I can't fucking eat it.
I know.
It's like, you got a problem with that?
It depends on the day. It depends on how I'm feeling. Like, is it spicier than Frankenberry? Like, no, I'm not.
That's a base cereal?
Some days it's like,
Frankenberries. Wow.
well, some days, like, if my stomach's jacked up, it's like, yeah, I don't want to eat anything spicy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm going to tell you the quickest way for me to tell, and it's not even spice, is all right. Onions, are
Oh.
they cooked or not?
Yeah.
If there's a raw onion in there on a bad day, it's going to mess me up.
Yeah. Raw
Wow.
onions get me every time.
Yeah, yeah.
I gotta cook them. So, you gotta cook them.
Which is really bad because I love onions. I love the flavor it brings. I love.
Yeah.
Like chewing it like an apple.
I would have no problem with that with the taste.
No,
No problem. Yeah.
I use a lot more onions in my cooking than I used to, but I always have to cook them. So, I can't do them raw. So, it is like instantaneously acid reflux. So, it's like literally throwing the nacho cheese in the volcano.
So salsa is like, obviously no.
No.
That's more the ketchup. So
Well, all right. So when we do taco night, I'll actually use like Cholula. That's about the spiciest hot sauce I can take.
God.
So I can't even do Tabasco anymore. It's spicier than that stuff.
You know, I think Cholula tastes better anyway.
I've come to agree. Yeah. So Tabasco's got like that real harsh vinegar flavor in it. So
A little bit. There's just a little bit of. This is just weird mustard.
yeah. I don't know. I've had some pretty weird mustards.
But I like weird mustard.
Yeah.
Like I like fucking around with weird mustard like it's a chemistry set. It's like when you find one that doesn't taste good on, say, like American cheese or something, you're like, but this would be good with.
Right.
Right, and then you go out there and you buy a different cheese, or you go buy, it's
Yeah.
like, I don't know, mustard pairing is like the closest thing I would say to wine for me,
Oh.
because I don't drink the shit.
Yeah, I don't either. So I guess I don't have any pairings anymore.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I guess not. I didn't think about it. Well, I've kind of settled on like my mustards of choices and things like that and stuff. I only have two. Fancy and regular.
Is it Grey Poupon?
Yeah, I love that stuff.
Is it?
That's
Does it
great at
exist?
cooking, man. Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
I didn't know it survived.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's
I haven't seen a commercial for it.
Oh,
You don't ever
that's the
see
great
commercials.
coupon. Yeah, they don't need to do that anymore. It probably got bought by some huge company.
Heinz.
Heinz. Yeah. Yeah, actually, I think you're right.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. Just make it as
Or French.
soulless as possible. If French's owns Grey Poupon, that's a shame. Grey Poupon is supposed to be the anti-French's.
Really?
I say so. Yep, French's is just like that's the shit I used to call cooking mustard. Not that I don't like it.
You don't put that on hot dogs? The yellow
There's
stuff?
shit ton of it on hot dogs.
Oh, okay.
But I'm saying like when it comes to actual sophistication of flavor, no, this is just mustard.
Yeah.
This is,
It's good for bologna sandwiches.
it
and
is
hot dogs.
great for.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, if you're gonna
Grilled
say
cheese.
like grilled cheese,
What?
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, yeah.
and frankly, William, if there's a ham sandwich that doesn't have mustard on it, you're wasting your time.
Yeah, you're wasting time.
That is the perfect compliment for ham.
Mustard
Yeah.
is not
Way
not
better
as
than
good.
mayo. So
I've switched.
I'll do both.
I like mayo, but yeah, I don't.
No,
Yeah.
I was running mustard in my Freddy's burgers, and I've switched to ketchup, and it's just 10 times better.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, ketchup just. My whole problem with ketchup isn't ketchup itself. It's the fact that ketchup is such an overbearing flavor.
Well, it's 80% sugar.
It's also 80%
Right,
sugar,
that's probably why I like it.
and that's fine if you like a little bit of sweetness to your burger. But you're talking about the right amount of ketchup because that will become the flavor the exclusive flavor, which
Yes.
is why you see children dipping their fry, sucking the ketchup off,
Yeah.
and sending it right back into the ketchup.
Yeah, many times. Yeah, my daughter has finally gotten out of the ketchup phase.
Really? What did she move?
Sauerkraut.
Right, yeah. No, she just doesn't have to put ketchup on everything.
Ah.
So, it's still like exclusively for fries. Potato chips. And she does her grilled cheese and ketchup. But it used to be like carrot sticks.
Wow.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff.
Yo.
I know, man. Whatever. When you have a free range child, man, you give them choices. Every now and then they just
right.
come up with a doozy, and you're
right.
like, all right,
Yeah.
well,
So do you put
it's in the
ketchup
Constitution, so.
or your mustard into the sandwich grilled cheese, or do you like dip it?
Depends on how I make the grilled cheese. So there's two ways to make grilled cheese. The ones where you actually do have extra ham and the ones where you don't. All right? And so if I do have ham, all right, yes, I will actually put the mustard on the ham between that and the cheese before I grill it. It comes out divine that way. If I do not have ham, then I do not do that because otherwise it fucks up the bread.
Okay.
And there is one other possibility here is on occasion you look in the cupboard and it turns out you do have one can of Campbell's tomato soup and you are going to dunk that sandwich.
Right in that soup.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And that is one of the finest. It is not sophisticated, but it'll make you feel so happy. Like,
It's fantastic.
yeah,
Yeah. I keep tomato soup in the house just for that.
just for that.
Just for that. I don't use it for anything else.
No, you like, I mean, like,
Yeah.
you wouldn't cook with it.
No.
You wouldn't.
No.
You know, you buy the Hunt's, you know, shit for
Yeah.
cooking. You know, the
Yeah.
paste or the sauce.
Yeah.
Nope, never done that.
Oh.
Either of the things you mentioned there.
Well, it's weird because tomato goes super good in a grilled cheese sandwich.
Sure.
I can see that.
I never have tomatoes in the house though.
No,
They go bad. So
Yeah.
for me, yeah.
yeah. You either put them on everything.
Well, when you have to buy 100 of them,
No, I buy those from King's. So
I thought you don't go.
well, I never go. They always bring me
Oh.
food too. But I can choose the store
I
from which they
didn't-
come. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. No, my grocery shopping days are way over, man. So that's like, you know, pre-COVID, pre-9/11 shit. You know, I don't even remember that far back now. You know?
So this is like the way you think about grocery shopping now is the way that we think about making long distance phone calls.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
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 So you got to do it quick and fast, and you know you got to dial it and say hi to grandma in 1 minute and then hang up.
Yeah.
So 'cause that's just how the world works,
I know.
man. Or it used to.
The same thing where, like telling say roaming charges.
What is that? Yeah, exactly.
It's like, how is it roaming when I was in my own city?
Right. What are you
It's
gonna?
like-
You gonna charge me to text somebody?
I'm surprised they still put text charges may apply on so many things.
Do they?
Yeah.
It's out there like
Oh.
all
There are still some welfare ass plans that have.
select number of messages that are free.
Go phone. Yeah.
Sorry, maybe that was a derogatory way for me to say it, but that's the only way I can think about it. Is you are on the like
The pay as you go plan.
I'm not well pay as you go. You I guess I mean the way I'm thinking of this here is the General is not the insurance company that you get when you're shopping.
The rates
You-
aren't going to win.
Right, right. So you're a certain class of person once you get into the paid text category.
Right.
And
Kind
you-
of like payday lending.
right. And these
Yeah.
are the same people that would be voting for American Idol.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
It's going to cost you.
This is the
No.
lottery ticket crowd.
Yeah.
Well, actually, this is a scratch ticket crowd. So, yeah.
That
Just
is
one more, man. Just
one
one
of the like nastiest distinctions I've ever heard. Are you a lottery ticket crowd or are you a scratch ticket
Well, you either play Powerball or
Yeah.
you get the
Yeah.
scratch tickets because
Yeah.
you really need the money to get some milk today. Yeah. I remember when I was a kid, my mom used to always get us scratch tickets for like birthdays and
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
and it was always cool. And now it's kind of like when you're at the gas station or something, and the person in front of you is like, "I'll take like 3 of these and 6 of these and 1 of these." It's like, man, can I buy you a tank of gas, brother?
I know. It's like you're really banking on one of these being your way out.
Yeah.
I know.
So,
I get it. Look,
I get it, too.
I understand the feeling entirely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
oh, I remember poverty. It sucks.
It does
So,
It's the worst.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's well, it teaches you how to cook. So,
Yeah, that's true. You can make some
Nope.
macaroni stretch.
I worked in pizza.
Oh, that's right.
I ate a lot of
And
pizza.
yourself
Yeah,
company,
that's,
with company swag. Yeah. No, man, that's when I learned to cook. So, and then theoretically budget.
Yeah, credit cards ruined that.
Really?
For me,
Oh, okay.
I had debt out the wazoo until I hit oil and
Yeah, you did. You struck oil.
it went away and now it won't go back.
No, I worked my way out of debt. What did we? We did it 3 times. Come to think of it, credit card debt. I don't know. I didn't really go into credit card debt until I made money.
Oh,
So, oh no, like when I started making good money, that's when it was like, oh, let's go do this. Let's go eat all the steaks. Yeah. Let's get the nice one. You know. So.
Oh yeah,
Things like that.
that's the same approach you take towards like home audio equipment, and I think I've seen people work that one hardest when it comes to like cars.
Cars are like fancy like things for the house. There was a guy last night. He's at the bar and he's sitting there. I'm getting a pool table, and I'm like, why? You know, it's like, oh, I got a big race, and it's like, okay, your kids are gonna turn it into a laundry table within 6 months. You know that, right? He's like, oh no, man, I'm gonna play it every night. I was like, okay.
So with the one that I had from William,
Yeah, I know.
okay, so my first dog hated the sound of the pulls clanking, so that little dog would go hide under my bed.
Right.
Like, I can't torture my dog with this. Then this one, if you recall,
with it.
if you recall, she would jump up on it and sleep in my luggage.
That's she did. Yeah.
And at that point, it was, I can't use this. This
It's
is,
just a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
well, at that point, you know what it was? It was a big table that took up a shitload of space in the middle
Yeah.
of a room.
Yeah.
See, my father-in-law had one in his basement in his old
Oh,
house.
I
A
remember.
really fancy one too. So nice with the knit pockets and everything. And
Oh,
yada,
yeah,
yada, yada.
yeah, and the legs were...
The legs were humongous,
Yeah.
and they were all like carved and shit. That motherfucker stayed in that house, okay? Because like,
Not getting rid of it.
oh no,
You're not getting it.
Yeah.
No, you could not get it out of there. Well, I'm sure there's people who could have gotten it out of there, but it was like, okay, he hadn't. I think Pam and I played one game of pool when we were dating. In the next 20 years, or let's see, they've been out of that house probably about 6 or 5. So the next 15 years, it was a laundry folding station. So yeah.
Yeah. And then you see kids eating lunch on it and shit. And
Oh yeah, yeah.
you're like, I'm not going to refelt that fucker.
No.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, that's like the thing is like, it's like, okay, so this is just obviously, something that, you can spend a shitload of money on, but you're not going to use it. And I agree with you on cars too. I've seen a lot of people do that in cars. So I've seen people waste so much money. It's like, oh, I need a new car this year, It's like, your other car's like 3 years old, bro. It's like, oh, but I really like this one. It's like, it's the fucking same as yours. It's got 4 wheels and a radio, And it's like, okay, you just got money burning a hole in your pocket, huh? So,
I went all out and bought mine brand new.
Yeah,
It's-
yours was subsidized.
Yes, Baker was paying for
Yeah.
a great portion of it. And it's lasted 11 years now. So
you've had the same car for 11 years?
yeah.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah.
So it's but I'd still, if I bought another car, I'll buy it a year old.
yeah.
There's no reason to cough
No.
up that extra amount just so it can be brand new.
I think my last car I bought it was about a year old when I got it. It had like 30,000 miles on it. It's great. So I put the next 100 on it. So
It's at like 180, I think.
I think I'm gonna get 300 out of that car, man. So
I haven't even crossed 100.
you haven't crossed 100?
Nope.
Oh, nice. Yeah, your car's older than mine too. So
Yeah, well, the thing was, I hit a point where I was putting miles on it, and then it dropped off
right. Yeah.
almost completely.
Yeah, almost to 0. Yeah. Yeah, see, if I didn't have to go to work 1 day a week, then mine would drop down. To less than, yeah, I get around with less than 1,000 miles a year now. So
Yeah.
that thing.
I feel like I feel like insurance should be next to free if you're.
They should give it to you.
So well, because when you come down to it, if you look at it from a risk analysis standpoint, you cannot cause accidents if you're not driving.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, given the
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's like all it takes is one. So all it takes is one accident to I mean, as long as you carry like liability. I mean, for sure, if I actually wasn't driving down there, I would absolutely drop my comprehensive in a heartbeat. So I'd be like, yeah, I'll just do the liability. It's fine. So like, you know, because really I could walk now. So,
I won't have that option.
yeah.
It is driving.
Oh,
Any which way I go.
right,
from
yeah,
one
yeah,
place.
yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah.
I got
I
you.
can't even walk to like get a candy bar.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you're kind of you're like in the donut hole of suburbia out there.
Till they build stuff for me.
You got a gas station that's pretty close, don't you?
Yeah, there's that 7-Eleven.
It's not walking.
Oh, okay.
Well, you could walk there.
I could walk to where that omelet place is and stuff.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
So I could get a little bit.
you could. And if they did put a gas station there, that would actually make some sense. But
Maybe the rec center has candy bars. I don't know. Probably not.
I'll gouge you for them. Yeah.
they
do.
Charging Vegas hotel rates.
Vegas hotel rates. Yeah, airport vending machine rates.
Man, I haven't got anything.
$4.
I did get aspirin from the airport convenience store thing.
Oh my god!
I was like,
probably
oh my
$8.
god!
Yeah. So when you get 2, you get that little packet.
I got the tiny bottle. I think it was $12 or 10 capsules or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. What do they call that? And yeah, in the hotels, what do they call it? The concierge station.
Oh,
Yeah.
those things
Yeah.
are total ripoff, man. Where it's like, yeah, just go in there and pick out whatever you want and add it to your bill. And so you're like, ah. And the next thing you know, it's like $47 fucking dollars for 3 things of ramen.
And the
a candy
gas
bar?
station's
Yeah.
right next door.
Right, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You literally couldn't walk out the front door to the 24-hour 7-Eleven.
All right, I don't know. When I worked for, there were a couple places that they sent me where there was nothing near the hotel.
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't you say OKC was like that where you were? Or no, was it?
Well, that one sucked. There was a Walmart across the street that they told you to make sure you're packing.
Packing heat?
Yeah.
You're going to get robbed in the Walmart?
You said crossing the street, you might want to be packing.
So are these paranoid white people, or was this legit?
It was our teacher.
Oh, okay.
The local guide, the Sacagawea of OKC, your Sherpa. It's like,
Yeah. I only ever had one guy tell me that. That was in St. Louis. So I was staying at this place called the Henry VIII, which is this ghetto ass hotel.
I was gonna say that goes one of 2 directions. That is either the
It was
nicest
awful.
hotel in the state,
Well,
or
no.
it's
It's like one of these things where maybe like 20 years ago, and this, granted, this was 20 years ago when I went there. So if that motherfucker hasn't been torn down and condemned by now, then I can't imagine how horrible it is. But it was like this hotel that was right on the main drag going to the airport, was a street called Lindbergh. All right.
okay.
And I remember coming in and seeing a White Castle like 4 blocks away.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
fuck yeah. All right. So I love this shit. So like I settle in the hotel. First thing I do is go upstairs, just throw my bags down. I was like, I'm getting me some bomb burgers. All right.
Yeah.
And I go downstairs and, I'm like, hey, little white pat. So, and, like the guy who's like the shuttle driver is like, hey, where are you going, man? It's like, I'll take you. I was like, nah, I'm just gonna go to that White Castle. That's only like 4 blocks away. He's like, I'm gonna take you, man. So it was like, get in. And so, yeah, I rode up front with him, and sure enough, man, I mean, like there were 4 alleys, and they were all full of thugs. So, yeah.
You would have died.
They would have got my wallet out of me, that's for sure. So it was like, man, what are those guys? It's like, that's just, they live there. Okay, so, this is what they do, is just sit there all day. They see someone like you walk by, all right, you just made their day. So, and I was like, oh man, I owe you a burger, don't I? It's like, don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's terrifying. The only other hotel I can think of that is more likely to be the nicest place or the worst place is the Ritz is either a great hotel or it is the hood.
The Ritz-Carlton. Never stayed.
Well, not necessarily the Carlton. If it has the word Ritz in it.
Oh.
Right?
Oh, just in general?
Just Ritz?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Like crackers?
No.
I like the crackers.
Yeah, I like the crackers.
I presume it's somebody's name or...
It's some New York thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's for, like, the Ritz and all that stuff.
Right.
Well, I don't even know if that place is still here.
The Ritz Grill? I
The
don't
Ritz?
think it is.
I don't know.
I don't think it
I haven't
is.
been down there in a long time. So, but, you know, it's like that like, fancy...
Yes.
Yeah, like, little bit of money vibe to it.
But
So,
that changes. Like, sometimes that part of town is no
Right.
longer the good part of town.
Yeah.
Which is why the Ritz is sometimes the best hotel. Or it is... you buy drugs there.
Right,
You
yeah,
know?
exactly. Yeah, the bathroom's down the hall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have a lot of people visiting, but nobody's staying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad and I stayed in one place like that in New York. It was actually the Soldiers and Sailors VA. It was like, so any serviceman who wanted to like visit New York.
It was like a hostel.
It's like a hostel. It was really fucking cool place though. It was shockingly fancy on a certain level, but then you get up into the rooms, and it was like dormitories. So there's basically like, you had 2 beds and like a little nightstand and 1 lamp, and these are like military type. They're not like cots, okay, but they're those like old school bed springs, you know, kind of thing,
Right.
with a pretty thin
my dorm
mattress on
room.
it. Yeah, and then sure as shit, bathrooms down the hall. So, and there's only 2 shower stalls. And there's only 1 shitter. So, and then there was a urinal. And so this was not a floor for ladies.
What was the name of the hotel we stayed at? Do you remember?
The Gershwin.
It was called the Gershwin. Yeah.
Would not have come up with that in a million years.
Yeah, yeah. I don't wonder if that one's still there. That was kind of a neat little hotel.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I would hope so.
Yeah,
It did have a kind of a really cool kind of vibe to it.
Oh, it did. It had a slightly, hate to use it again, bougie, artistic.
It was very hipster before hipster was hipster. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean,
There's nobody rocking big old curly Q mustaches and beards in there, but there is now. If it's still there.
well, either that or they're avoiding it because it's trying too hard.
Right, yeah.
It's not ironic enough.
Right. Yeah. No, but that place had some like interesting little places in it too.
Yeah, there's tons of character.
Yeah, it had a lot of character in it.
Yeah.
So like, and the Soldiers and Sailors Museum was kind of, or the hotel was kind of the same way because it had this whole floor that was basically just a parlor room, and it had like the fanciest goddamn furniture I think I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
And it had like real oil paintings of like the Battle of fucking Yorktown and stuff.
Oh, I
And
bet they had some cool
Oh, they had some amazing stuff in there.
war
So,
artwork.
My understanding is there are still spots on the East Coast where they have like these retirement communities for like the Merchant Marine.
oh, really?
And they are, well, that's the thing. It is like old sailors. And this is just stuff that was built up from hundreds of years ago.
Yeah.
Right. And so these things just exist in perpetuity. And there is like such an old historic flair with that. You can picture the furniture right now. The ones with the very visible like knob feet.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
You know.
you can tell it's all stuffed with down. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. And that is just, well, I mean, we're a landlocked state, so no, that's not going to be here. But
We got,
also,
well, not in Merchant Marine, but we got some spots that are kind of fancy. So,
oh no, I'm just talking about with that history of,
right.
of maritime.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
not that.
not for
no,
us.
No, not for us.
But no, if you're asking if we have glitzy stuff, then yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's some surprising places too. So there was one time I was actually meeting one of my friends from work down in Pueblo, and so he shows me. Well, he and I happen to park in the same parking lot, just at the same time.
Oh.
And so, but we were going to this place that was a couple blocks away, and so we're just walking down the street. He's like, "Hey, come here real quick." So he's like, "Duck in here." I was like, "It's a bank. You need money?" You know? So it's like, I'm buying today. It's okay. No, he's like, come here and check this out. You go into this bank, it's fucking got this vaulted ceiling.
Oh,
that
right,
looks like something that
right.
belongs in Manhattan. And it's all domed on the inside. It's got like frescoes and shit. It's like, this is in fucking Pueblo?
Whoa.
Yeah.
What's the history behind it? What was...
It's apparently it was the big bank, all right, that bankrolled a lot of the industry down there and stuff, and so they have, and that's why like Pueblo's courthouse is the most amazing one I've seen in the state. It is humongous. It is 100% marble. It has a golden dome on the inside and the outside. And it looks like you should be filming Law and Order here. So, where our courthouse looks like Wal-Mart built it.
It's all shit put together by those fucking Allen wrenches you get from IKEA. Yeah.
It's very IKEA.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Denver's isn't all that fancy either, if I recall.
I've never been there. So,
Court or the
I feel
Capitol
like,
building?
I feel like I went there on a...
oh, the
Capitol
Capitol building's
building's
kind of
nice.
impressive. Yeah.
Was it? Okay.
It's on TV all the time whenever they have the Broncos.
Yeah.
Like, especially on Christmas, they have it lit up with all the color. Like,
Oh,
it's super
okay,
cool.
okay.
looking.
Yeah, because they get the like arches that
Yeah.
go in a half circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a building that we went there on a field trip, and I just remember, like, even as a kid thinking, like, this
Why
is...
are we here?
Yeah, like, this is where you make Lucky Charms.
Oh, I remember once as a field trip, we actually went to the Lay's factory up there.
What?
Yeah, so there's a Lay's factory where they make potato chips.
It's like going to
So-
the box factory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of was. Yeah, but everybody got chips out of it. So
Right.
So,
I would have liked to have seen that.
I can't remember if it was school. Well, if it was school, you would have went.
I don't know if I did.
It might have been Scouts. Kind of
Yeah, I
thinking
don't
it
think we
then.
went to
Yeah,
the Lay's factory.
I don't remember. Yeah. I've been to the federal courthouse in Denver, and it looks like it was built by the FBI. So, yeah, it's just this box. So,
Yeah, they're like buying furniture that actually has rounded edges, and then they have to hire carpenters to put the edges
right,
back
yeah,
on
yeah.
them.
Put them back on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So there's that desk that I can't get rid of in my garage because my dad brought it home from the government.
Oh,
because
the
they-
metal one?
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, this stuff that was designed to, like, be Cold War resistant.
There is just, I don't know, there is just a part of my dad that, like, he didn't do it all the time, but the word free on something definitely got his,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
I got
My
a
dad was
spot
the
for
same
it,
way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So we had one of those Cold War desks, and two of the green chairs that are like.
Oh, yeah.
My mom still has one of them in her basement. Yeah, yeah. So, which means I will have it someday. So
No, you have the decency to throw it out if you don't need it.
I don't know. It's kind of
Or
cool
is it
now. Yeah.
kind of kitschy?
It's gotten past the...
Well, it's like so heavy. You know, it's like a rolling chair that's just built out of steel. You know.
Yeah, it is. I
That's
will
the
bet you.
definition of it.
I will bet you that because of its weight, I will bet you that it probably kicks ass in chair races.
Oh, dude, it'd go off road, man. It'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The chintzy office chairs you have now, you get thrown from those because the balance is so fucking whack.
Yeah.
They have no weight on the base. It's all just...
No, when you have a chair that's built by the same company that builds tanks, then, yeah, it's pretty good.
It's got treads on it.
Got treads on it, yeah. So I just remember that thing because there were a couple times where I like ran over my foot with it, you know, backing away from the computer or something, and it was like, you know, I was like, I'm pretty sure I broke this. So, but no, she's still got one. It's not one of the roller ones. It's actually like a bar stool one, but it's like a high up one, but it's fucking 100% U.S. government issue. You know, with the green pad and everything on it. Yeah.
The ones that they actually like took to the firing range and saw how many...
Yeah.
What the stopping power of a chair was.
Right, yeah. So they fill these up and see, like, okay, so, you know, this one, if you get underneath it in case of nuclear war, you might actually have a chance with this chair.
It's a valid strategy that I
Where the
know.
philosophy came from.
That's probably the best place for me to hide if it happens here.
Yeah. Oh, under that desk? Yeah, that thing's armored, man.
Yeah.
No, my
Yeah,
dad had
fucking-
one of those too. So
Stabbing it on fucking fortune fire. This blade will kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird because there were a few times that I can't even imagine doing it now. But my dad would actually, we'd be in the car, and we'd be passing a house, and there would be something pushed out to the curb,
free.
and he would every now and then take a look at it.
Oh man, I see so many people still try and do that.
It usually gets taken.
Oh, does it? So like, there's like something about like a free couch that just freaks me out.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
I'm not alone on
No,
that.
okay,
All right. All
it's-
right.
You mean like since Friends came out and like there was a rat in one of them?
I don't remember.
I remember that,
Oh
but-
yeah. They got a free chair and like she'd sit in it. And she's like, I didn't know this was a massager. Huh?
House
Oh,
and Friends?
those in Friends.
Pretty sure.
Yeah. It sounds like it would be in
But
Friends.
Joey took a free couch or not a free couch. It was a free chair because his Barca lounger got busted, and so he got a free one that he picked up.
Yeah. No, you watch Friends regularly, don't you?
Not anymore.
Oh, I thought
I
you-
used to.
I've seen every episode.
Somebody
5 times.
Not?
I no, well, no, I'm not saying
Then
that I
what
didn't.
show
I
would
do
it
remember
be?
the Barca Lounger breaking. I
Yeah.
remember the storyline behind it was that they got split up.
You're right. It's not Friends. It was Big Bang Theory.
There's
bad.
no possible chance I would know that.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, you're right. There was a rat in Big Bang Theory.
Sounds like a Big Bang Theory.
So,
But it could have easily been a Friends thing.
Absolutely not. No, they had the class when they needed free furniture because they got robbed.
Yes.
They took the crap from Mr. the attendant, the super,
oh.
right? So they had patio furniture in there.
Oh,
in their
yeah,
living
yeah.
And then Joey built the
The Barking Lounge.
entertainment center.
The entertainment.
The
center,
entertainment
yeah.
center.
It's
Yeah,
like,
that's
what? I
right.
missed you. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so your dad would actually stop every now and then.
Every now and then, I
Yeah.
remember. Yeah, but we there was a busted TV we took so that I could,
Break it properly.
yeah, and look at all the parts inside.
Oh, okay. So you did a TV autopsy?
Kind of, yeah, because I think
Little vacuum tube? Did he tell you to hit it with a brick first?
well, there was a lot of copper wire inside that thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We could have, garroted each other many times.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were a couple times. There were a couple, he passed on it most of the time because at the time, my mother was actually very active in garage
Very much
sales.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom was too.
Haggling. Haggling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as only a foreigner can do.
My mom would have a garage sale every single year, and then she would go to several every year. So
Do you garage sale? Like, get
No.
rid of your stuff? Or what do you do with your old stuff? Just toss it? Or Goodwill it?
1-800 got junk.
Oh,
My house every now and then. Yeah.
do they just come and grab it?
Fuck yeah, you just point at shit and it goes away. So
No
the
shit.
commercial does not lie on that one. Yeah, it's awesome. So it's not cheap, but I'll pay $200 so I don't have to lift all that shit. So
Well, they'll also get rid of things that you can't throw away, right?
absolutely,
They'll haul away
take paint.
computer
Yeah,
monitors
they'll
and
take
shit.
away computer
Yeah.
monitors. They'll take everything. So I haven't done that in a while, since I haven't moved in a while. But we did it we did it 3 years ago. That's when accidentally they threw out my Axis and Allies games. Yeah, it was the last time they come. But I'm getting due, so it needs to happen here soon.
Is it all kid stuff or is it your stuff
It's
too?
just accumulated bullshit. So, and then there's stuff that you save, but then after a little while you realize I'm never going to use that. And so I've got an extra refrigerator in my basement that's been unplugged for 6 years.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was like, oh well, maybe we'll have two. Because my in-laws did do that, so they would always have the Costco fridge, so to speak,
Yeah.
where you load up on a lot of shit and you just throw it in there. Especially if it's stuff that has a shelf life that can be massively extended just by refrigerating it,
Yeah.
even while it's sealed. So
Oh, bread and stuff like that too.
oh, absolutely,
Yeah,
bread,
yeah.
cheese, all kinds of stuff. Like cheddar cheese will stay good in the package for years. So
And God help you if you freeze it. Yeah.
oh yeah, no, it's permanent then. But it's as long as air doesn't touch it, it's fine, you know. And if you just leave it in the refrigerator, it will not go bad, you know. And so they used to do that shit. Butter's the same way,
Yeah.
you know. And so I thought, well, maybe I'll do that, you know, and then realized, and I was like, actually, we don't eat that much. So, you know, and then when I bought my fridge, so when I got my new appliances upstairs, I just bought a bigger one than I had, and I've never needed it. And so, yeah, next time junk guys come, take that.
Have fun,
So,
guys.
yeah, they'll scrap it or they'll sell it. So, yeah. You know, it's just one of those things where it's like, fine, just make it go away. So, you know, and so, like, when we used to do the same thing with the dumpster. So, every time I moved, we get a 20-foot dumpster and just fucking huck my plates in it and all kinds of shit and just get new stuff.
You have an invite party. Does anybody need to throw away a couch? Does anybody need to,
throw it in there. Yeah.
Well, our neighborhood once a year they roll out a giant dumpster,
Yeah.
and everybody just gets to come throw away all their stuff, and it just cycles the dumpster out throughout the whole day because it fills up. And
Yeah, I'll bet it fills up.
Seconds.
So if it was like one dumpster, it'd be like, well, some asshole's gonna beat you all to that. So because you've definitely got hoarders. If you got a neighborhood with more than 5 people in it, you've got a hoarder in there somewhere. So
yeah, they have it. They put it up right near that omelet place and all that stuff. They have it sitting right there, and everybody just comes, and once a year you just spring clean and toss all your stuff.
That's actually kind of cool. I really do like that. One of the nicest services that I've heard of is, I guess, in a lot of places out east, like once or twice a year, you just rake your leaves into the street.
yeah,
And the city just their truck just sucks them all up.
yep,
Huh.
yeah. They did that
That's kind of cool.
when I lived in that little town in Nebraska. They did that. It was just
Did
a
they?
little town.
Yeah.
yeah. They said just rake it all in the street, and then they would bust out the street sweeper and just come get it all. So
That's a cool idea.
So they do that a little bit here with like broken trees and limbs and stuff.
When
So-
chaos happens.
Oh,
yeah.
No, it's not just when chaos happens.
yeah,
But
you're
there's like
right.
certain neighborhoods
You're right.
that have a lot of trees, and so it just happens every single year. And so you know, and then, so they say, well, just gather it all up and put it on the sidewalk, and then they'll have the chipper come through and just pick it all up.
That's right. And if I recall, that's the same group where you come by and you get mulch.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have like free mulch
Yep.
day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Free mulch. That's cool.
And that shit goes fast too.
Oh sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you lose mulch,
Yeah.
so like, I have parts of my quote yard that are supposed to have mulch in them, but
I've got a couple of bald spots too.
yeah. So I'm just like whatever. Actually, this year I might do sod again. Come to think of it,
What?
I might have
Jinx,
to
you only
resod.
come.
Yeah, I might have
I
to.
thought you were totally down with gutting it.
Yeah, but like, it's way cheaper just to resod it. So, and then just pay the neighbor kids to mow it.
Gotcha.
I'll see if it comes back. It might not come back this year. So if it comes back, then yeah.
The grass?
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
Because he thought you tried to kill it as best you could, didn't you?
I did, but like the neighbor kids don't have any other like
Source of income.
well, yeah, well,
place to
and
play.
place to play either. I'm the only one. Like,
okay. Well, I think that's
Yeah.
a sentiment you can agree with.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Since yours is the only fun house around the neighborhood.
yeah. We're not the fun house, but I don't mind if the kids play on my grass. So
What about when it's sod?
there'll be a sign up, stay off the grass for the next 3 weeks, you know. And so if I do it, I'll do it in April. So, you know, but I'm not gonna get to rent the fucking mulcher and do it. I'm just gonna have guys do it. Just, I say, you guys bring all the shit out, just do it in an afternoon. Call it good. So, because I think like overall, my yard is so small that like last time it was only like $400 worth of sod. So if I recall, it wasn't that much at all. So
Yeah, you spent more than that.
I think it was 700.
You know, and the fact is,
it was just your front yard, right? Yeah.
we did it so quickly because we both had stuff that we had to do that I guess I'm not as grumpy about it because it wasn't like, oh god, it's like the fourth day, you know, or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, since we actually powered through it, now I don't feel so bad. I was grumpy that day when I got home. I'm like, I'm so tired.
Yeah, that's not the usual pace of things I do. Usually I would be like, it's a 4-day project and I'm going to do an hour here. Siesta. Do an hour here. Wait till the shade comes in.
Your 6th lemonade break. Right. Yeah.
But no, they're like, you got to get it in today. It doesn't hold.
Right.
It doesn't. This God is not happy if it leaves it rolled up like that.
No, it'll die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, here we go.
I can see in younger days thinking like, well, it's grass and it's dirt, right? It's like, yeah, it's like, well, so if I water it, then it should last a little bit longer, right?
But now
No,
you have
it
to
falls
handle
apart. Yeah.
water-soaked garbage.
Yeah.
This shit's heavy enough as
It is
I
heavy.
know. I know.
Oh, I remember, yeah. Like, even mine, after they came and installed it, I didn't do a very good job of actually prepping the ground.
That's right.
I did a better
Yeah.
job than on certain parts of it, but there were some other parts where I just didn't till deep enough and I didn't pack it down.
Mine's doing that.
And it
already.
turned into fucking sinkholes within 2 days, because I was watering the bejesus out of it. And then so try and like find dirt to stuff in the mud so it thickens up. So I can pull a sod out of it. Yeah. That shit was so heavy, man. So when it was just soaked. Because they're like, yeah, you're going to water for like an hour every 4 hours for the next 5 days. And I was like, okay. So
I could turn it on.
yeah. See, I don't have a sprinkler system though. So I just have one spike sprinkler that does the whirly.
But it covers everything.
Yes, and so like in the future, like not quite. There's a little piece that's dead on this corner and this corner, so it's gonna be a perfect circle.
But that's fine. You can actually like work with that and just kind of like do a little
Absolutely.
thing there.
Yeah. Because it reminds me of, so like, I remember like Foghorn Leghorn would go like pick up the dog's ass and hit it with a stick and then run because there was
Yes.
a sign that said rope limit,
Yeah,
and he knew.
and he knew.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got to watching Pink Panther cartoons the other day.
Pink Panther cartoons are
Whoa.
subtly genius.
They are great, man.
Yeah. They are not. They're not out there. They're not in terms of. They're not. They're not loud. They're not. Everything in that show is subdued, and I kind of love it.
No,
Yeah.
I got kind of hooked on it the other day.
Yeah.
So speaking of old cartoons, one of these days I'll probably sit down and do a Looney Tunes binge, just because it's been so long. I did catch like one of my favorite Road Runner ones, like maybe like 4 or 5 months ago.
Huh.
But it was just like, oh man, I need to sit down and do this someday. So
What was the episode?
It was the one where he keeps getting hit by rocks. So where the
Right.
rocks just fall out of the sky. So it keep like, do you remember that
And
one?
they like stack on each other.
Exactly, yeah. And it's like, where the fuck do these rocks come from? Yeah, But it just had me in stitches.
That's the only Looney Tunes that my kids like.
Oh, really?
They will actually choose YouTube to watch Roadrunner and Coyote.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's the only one that they'll go like. They didn't even know some of the other characters.
Oh, really?
Like they're just like, throw the Roadrunner.
It's not as common knowledge as it was, because when you were growing up, that was like the only cartoons that you had that were like usually fairly regular.
Yeah.
So you didn't have to wait till like Saturday to watch them. Well, no, that's not true. You had the really good block in the afternoon.
There was it wasn't just the good block in the afternoon. It was also
Morning.
definitely on Saturdays. That was the shit. They had like an hour block.
Looney
They
Tunes did.
repackaged it. I mean, shoot, that's
Yeah.
where the songs are like overture, curtains.
That's
light.
right,
You know,
yeah.
that's the
Oh,
and that went for years.
yeah.
I mean,
I did see the one with the singing frog the other day. You remember that one?
of course.
Yeah.
That's not just Looney Tunes history. That's pop culture history.
Yeah. No, it was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
It's not as funny as I remembered it being. So, but it was like, I remember everything that happens in this one.
I think it's actually funnier now.
Do you?
Well, there is a point where, okay, so obviously you don't get the impact of having seen it the first time. right?
Sure.
That's when you would have laughed the hardest. And for me, I think I
Yeah.
would have enjoyed it if I were a little bit older, right?
Oh, probably.
I
Yeah.
just enjoyed like the wackiness, like
Yeah.
the fact that there's like no talking in it except for the singing frog,
Yeah.
right? So I wouldn't have appreciated that at the time, but now at this point, I can also appreciate it a hell of a lot more
Yeah.
than just be like guffawing the whole time. I was like, this is a gutsy ass cartoon. This is a
Oh, for that time?
like,
Yeah, it's like 1950s. So
Well, it's it's definitely the Chuck Jones era.
yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. I don't know. There's still some cartoons that I keep whenever I see them, even from like I know exactly what's going to happen in Sheriff Droopy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But that
That's fine.
cartoon gets funnier every fucking time I see it.
Why? Because it's executed perfectly.
It is executed
Yeah.
perfectly, and it is so ridiculously violent that you start to appreciate it more and more for its violence after a little while. I mean, he hits him with a fucking board and a nail in it.
Like, yeah, I know, I know,
Like 3 times.
I know. For the purpose of making him run like a mile and a half out
Right.
of town and yell.
Yeah. Or scream in the bottle. Yeah.
I get, and he
It's
has to
so good,
knock it
man.
out of
Yeah.
the bottle. Yes, I know. It's
Oh.
and the guy's deaf. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. It's all set up for that one joke.
That's a great joke.
I know.
Yeah. So yeah, but watching the frog one, it was kind of like, oh yeah, okay, this is a little bit funny, but it was also not like when I was watching a Roadrunner cartoon, I could not fucking stop laughing.
Roadrunner.
So just because I hadn't seen it probably in like 20 years, so
Problem, man. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
actually, there's a YouTube channel I've got to send your way, man. It is this guy who does Don Bluth style animation. Like it's like almost carbon copy of it, but he does Seinfeld episodes. Okay,
I think I've seen it.
it's
Yeah, I
it's,
think I've
it's
seen it,
have you
yeah.
seen it?
I think I've
oh
seen
my
it,
god,
yeah.
it was like holy shit, man, this guy really knows how to like actually capture that almost like perfect look by turning all the characters into animals. So
Huh.
it's really cool. It's
That
really
sounds
cool. He
cool.
doesn't have that many videos.
No,
on there.
that's why I'm saying is that's if I recall, I've been linked to it. I haven't gone to the channel, but I think I've seen that linked in
yeah.
like different
Okay.
places. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, trust me, I appreciate that kind of stuff. I mean, there's a animator out there named Joanna Davidson who's kind of the same way.
Oh really? What does she
yeah.
do?
She's extremely talented. Just in her off time, she
Mm-hmm.
would put together these cartoons, which are very much done in like a 30s, 40s, 50s style,
Oh,
but
very
with
cool.
a slightly modern veneer. What she does more often now is like just her live streams. She'll just sit there and take requests on what to draw,
Oh really?
and she'll make animated versions of whatever it is that you ask her to do.
Oh, that's really cool.
So if they're just kind of like, do Aragorn from Lord of the Rings, and she'll do a classic cartoon Viggo Mortensen style.
oh nice.
Yeah, so it's like, wow, this is like, you kept at it, huh? there was something I saw on her channel where not only did she show this like 7-minute featurette that she made, but also she recorded herself in the process of making it.
Oh neat.
It took over a year
Oh jeez. For
Because she's
7 minutes?
because she's the only person working on it.
Oh fuck! I thought like nowadays you could actually like use AI to actually fill in a lot of that.
No. This is hand drawn,
Oh, okay.
cell per cell.
Oh, so she's
that's what
doing
I'm saying.
She's not
30
doing
style.
it digitally. Oh jeez.
Wow.
Nope.
I thought she was just drawing in a 30 style. I didn't know
Nope.
she was actually
This is
doing the
straight up-
drawing
Yeah,
in a
that's
30
this is
style.
straight up.
Yes, it does do a lot of it with AI.
That's a lot different, yeah.
Yeah,
So
this
if you gotta
is
do
straight
30
up.
frames per second, that sucks, man. So-
And this is the shit where it's set to music.
yeah,
So everything is animated to music from
Yeah.
start to finish.
yeah.
It's like, Jesus Christ. Like, this is super cool, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But this was just a project she wanted to do.
Yeah, well, I mean, so like if it's a hobby, man, so share it. So that's cool.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be a hobby for me anymore. It'd be like, we talked about this. Like, I kind of hate drawing.
Yeah,
It's like, fuck animating.
yeah, no, me too. I never did any animation though, so
It's hard.
It is
man.
very hard. That's
It's
why I didn't
hard.
do it. So, yeah, I don't like doing things that are hard. So,
Well, no, and I also understand. Jesus, you know, you're talking about one of my lessons in life. There is fucking Homer Simpson logic. You know, if it's hard, never try, or whatever. I don't remember. It's
well, if it's hard, you'll find out in 5 minutes.
yeah.
And then decide how much time if you want to waste another 5 minutes on it or not.
Isn't that exactly the threshold you hit with golf?
Yes, I definitely hit a
Yeah.
threshold at golf where I was like, if I want to get any better than this, I'm gonna have to play this a lot more.
Yeah.
And I just don't like it that much. So
And to be in the sun all that long.
I can't be
all
in the
that-
sun that long, man.
Ugh.
So some of these guys are just like out there, like even like my brothers like that, it's no problem. All right, but I guess I didn't get those genes, man. So because the sun just absolutely leeches it out of me anymore. So
Shit, I had that experience. I'm not going to put the time in this. I had that with a video game. Just recently.
which one?
So I downloaded Elden Ring, and I got a Steam refund on it because I asked for the refund within 45 minutes.
So what drove you off that fast?
My own stupid brain. So, like, I haven't had any time for games or anything like that
Sure.
recently. So this game's been going around the internet. It's going crazy.
Yeah, I've
Everybody's
seen
like, oh yeah, another From Software game. I'm like, yeah, I haven't played one of these in a while. I didn't like the last one. Everybody keeps telling me these are awesome. So
What's the software?
From Software,
Oh.
they basically everybody's been jerking off Dark Souls since it came out.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I've played some of the games, and I'm like, all right, this is fine. This is just like a clunky controlled. Like, as far as I'm concerned, it's an action game with clunky ass controls. Like,
What Dark Souls was?
Yeah.
I never played that.
everybody, like, you look at that, and every goddamn games journalist, like, it's a masterpiece. Like, all right, I
They
guess.
all say that,
I
man.
know.
Fucking
Like, I
games
guess
journalism
it,
is so
you know.
stupid.
And a lot of people are like, no, this is a complete skill game. I'm like, yeah, kind of. Like, if you can get past the crap controls and everything like that. But, so anyway, I'm like, okay, well, I haven't played one of these in a while. Everybody's going nuts for it. Maybe I'm mature enough to go after this again without getting upset. Where it's like, this is not the tenets of game design that I've. I'm going to sit there because I've been doing this in 1980. I tell you, like, you've read any of my blogs here, blah 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 blah, blah, intuitive design, blah blah blah. Right. So I jump into this and I get into the character creator. I'm like, all right, I like the customization on this. This looks vaguely Jeffrey-like. I'm ready to rock. I'm like, I'm going to play a samurai.
Okay.
This will be cool.
This will be cool.
Yeah. I jump in this game, and just immediately, I'm like, God damn it. It's another one. You guys never change the formula. It's the same thing. You go in there, you wander in, you read a couple of cryptic passages, go outside, fight one bad guy, lose, game starts, get into an open field, see this dude on a horseback. I'm like, it's the only enemy you see. So you go out there and you face him. Well, you're not supposed to fight him now. So I die 3 times. Okay. And because the game is like, this is why I got upset, right?
Yeah.
This is why I'm sitting there yelling with my limited time. I'm like, I'm not doing this because you want me to go out there and fight this thing, okay? But you want me to lose, so you want me to go wander around the rest of this fucking game,
Yeah.
okay? And then backtrack back to this. I'm like, I know you guys are in love with saying, oh, this is brilliant game. It's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
No, if you want me to go fight the horse guy, okay, put the horse guy back after, like, I can go beat, like, regular guys, right?
Yeah.
Because you can't just beat that dude with the regular mechanics, right?
Right.
Unless you're going to die 55, 100 times, you're supposed to go beat up the little dudes. I'm like, you guys never change this.
Yeah.
And you never do, because assholes are like, well, this is genius. No,
Yeah.
it's not. This is you don't respect my time. And if you don't respect my time, right, then I'm not going to play.
Yeah, give me my money back.
I got my money back,
Nice.
played something else, enjoyed it way more.
Yeah.
All right? But as of right now, like Elden Ring, maybe I come back to it at some point when I'm not being such a butthole, but there's just like the signs of, dude, you can't, screw you guys and your fans.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I'm not at swords right now, man. So like, I got to be in the moods for swords and shields and stuff, and fucking fireballs, and I'm not there. So I saw that one drop, and it was like, nah, you know. I was like, I gotta save it up for the next Dragon Age or something, man. So you know, I just went through Mordor last year, so I'm good, you know, for a while. You know,
No, I
as
understand.
far as that stuff goes,
I understand.
you know. And so I'm kind of impressed that you bought it and just to test it out because it did like even at its face value, it was like, oh, this is a fucking 200-hour investment at least.
Well, I don't mind the investment, but well, it wouldn't ever be that for me, but
No, you'd break the game. You always do.
well, it's not. No,
you figure out how to break it.
it's not even no. When it comes to games like that, right? So there are certain expectations I have in games like these, right? Because I've played a ton of them,
Yeah.
right? And I've played ones that, as far as I'm concerned, do what it's trying to do, but way better.
Yeah.
And so the whole thing about this is you are supposed to get wiped by bosses again and again until you learn small anticipatory things, right? And it is supposed to make it less reflex oriented, right? And more just, I gotta learn the pattern, right?
Like Cuphead?
No, well, Cuphead was fun. Right? This is just this is just like, yes, I can do this, but it's like you in golf. I'm like, I have to put in a ton of hours on this.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of the games that have this, right, when you play the game, you're supposed to fight each boss many times.
Oh.
Right? Where you're going to play it to learn to beat this character by the skin of your teeth. Then when you start, as you start doing it, you start figuring out more about it.
Right.
Then you replay it, okay? Because now you're going for rank. You're trying to go for time, and you're trying to go for no miss, right?
Okay.
No hit,
Yeah.
right? Whereas this is die, reload, wander back from the last fucking save,
Right.
and it is just you have to go up the stairs again. You have to go through this. You have to go through this door. You have to, I'm like, you don't respect my time because again, it's like if you know this is the case, restart on the boss.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. And again,
God, that would piss me off too. Come to think of
yeah,
it.
3 times in, I was like, you
Yeah.
guys haven't changed. This
Yeah.
is your game. People keep blowing you, so you're not like, what are we doing wrong?
Yeah.
Well, according to this, we're doing everything great.
Yeah.
Because it's like baby's first get good game. I'm like, I got it. And yes, I know if I'm insulting you, like, I don't care. It's not there's not like a huge skill element to this. Whereas, other games there are certain like things you expect, like being able to in the Souls game, you're just constantly dodging.
Yeah.
Right? You're doing this dumbass little dodge roll, like you look stupid, right?
Yeah.
And that's fine. I get it's a game. Okay, I
Yeah.
get it. But a lot of times in these games here where it's like, all right, you're able to do like cancels. You're able to do like, all right, so you do this. Whereas the way it penalizes you is, well, you have to learn this pattern where if this swing comes, you can do 1, maybe 2 light attacks, right? Then you need to start dodging again instead of, okay, couple of like quick light attacks. If you see what's coming, you can dodge cancel out of that.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like it rewards the wrong things. It's just how many times can you play the same thing over and over again?
Right.
I'm like, fuck this.
Yeah.
And that you don't reward that.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. No. That would. I would probably have to give that one back too then. So.
I don't know. I don't know. I just, and again, I know that just has not agreed with me. It's been a design difference that I can't reconcile, right? And there's always well, you got to put in the time. It's like I put in the time. You shouldn't put in. You shouldn't allow them to make you put in this much time.
Right, and I don't like that you need to put in the time kind of thing. So on a lot of games anymore. So it's like, no, if I just want to run through this and actually just like enjoy the story or something, let me do it.
Well, there's that, or not play it. Right?
Or I don't have to play it. Yeah. So
that's fine.
Like, yeah.
Well, there's okay. So there's two versions of this. All right, this is my other beef, and I'm just going to say it is, I don't like. I really tend not to like gear games. Right?
Gear games? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, where it's, well, so how well did you do in the game? Well, it's because I ground for 25 hours and I have this. Ergo, the other bosses were easy.
Yeah.
It's like, is that fun to you? Is to walk around just killing the same mobs for 25 hours until you have this sword that does 800 damage. You're not dodging. You're not doing anything. It's like, this is your definition of fun?
Yeah.
Like, all right, well, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, it means you suck. But, you know, if you find it fun, hey, I don't want to take that from you. But if the whole game is centered around how good is your gear,
Yeah.
I have no business playing that game.
No, that's the Diablo thing. So
That is the Diablo.
that's the
thing.
Diablo
And yet,
thing.
I still kind of like that game just a little bit.
I always liked that game, but like I don't know, I never played 3, but Diablo 2 is the one that got a little ridiculous. In terms of let's just take so everybody liked to collect, and so the idea of randomized drops and stuff like that was relatively new at that point in time. All right, and then all of a sudden you get Diablo 2, where it's like, well, now we have sets and we have matching pairs and we have this and we have that, and you can transmogrify shit, you know, and all kinds of stuff. And they just took like, oh well, everybody really likes the gear, so let's just like quintuple down on gear.
Yeah.
You know, to the point in time where, like, other games, so, like, your gear doesn't matter as much in a lot of other games that I really enjoy. But there are some, like, elements where it's like, I found the God Gun.
There was that. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, but, I mean, you don't feel like that's really changes the game, but just, like, some of those things, it's like, all of a sudden, it's like, okay, now this game just got really easy, so let's speedrun to the end. You know, kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah, and that was Fallout in particular. So where
Yes.
it was like all of a sudden it was like, oh wait, I can bag anything from 1,000 yards.
Well, yes, because in Fallout, the reason that the gear mattered is because once you actually found the you dove into the algorithm a little bit and you looked at the modifications,
Right.
and you do just a little bit of radio math, and you're like, but this times this times this.
That's this.
What's the base number? If I put in this, oh, now I can dress for fashion, not wearing a fucking rubber tire around my face to reduce my armor
You
class.
take off all these cinder blocks and rebar.
I know.
So, I can run around in my underwear now. So
Well, because at that point, it was like, well, now I look cool. Now
Yeah.
I have a side story going on where, because I'm not dressed
yeah.
with a construction yard, right? Unattended equipment, like this,
Right.
like you can see, like my left shoulder pad says like cat on it, you know?
Right, Adam Cat jacket.
Yeah. No, I meant like Caterpillar, and then so like my shirt, you know, is a plate that says Komatsu.
Right.
Once I actually started putting on like, look at that cool trench coat. Look at
yeah.
that, you know, look at this neat hat.
I'm gonna wear high heels.
You know, that's true. I was playing as a girl, but yeah, and the whole thing was like, but her story is that she's a fucking dead shot.
Yeah.
Right? With a pistol. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, this is great. And I don't have any defense.
Yeah.
So if I do get plunked a couple of times, it's my ass.
Yeah.
Right? Like, oh, okay, great. Now I'm playing this versus just, well, if you wear this and you wear this,
You can bite all these things.
Then you can fucking like one shot Mephistopheles.
I don't know though. I mean, like, yeah. Well, in Diablo 2 in particular, that's when you do your Mephisto runs over and over again to try and get better loot. But then, I don't know, man. I think the game that got it kind of right for me was actually Dragon Age. So there was just enough of that tinkering. But then once you became a Jedi, I wore an orange safety vest for the rest of it because I wanted everybody to know I was coming.
Well, see, games have got your number. Games have got your number when they screw up the world and they make it clear to you in measurable ways that you can fix it up.
Fix it.
Yes,
Yeah.
you are the dude who is committed to cleaning up every Superfund site
Yes.
in whatever wasteland that you're in.
Yeah.
Man, that is your
Your
personality.
You're right. It is. So like that's why I quit the Mordor game. Because it was like, oh, you're going to undo all my good work. I had just conquered this motherfucker.
Etch-a-sketching it for
and you're
you.
going to etch-a-sketch it out and ask me to do it again. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it anymore. So, and I guess that was like one of my beefs with Cyberpunk was you could do as many like the police missions as you wanted to.
That world never got any better.
Never got any better. But neither did GTA 5 either. So...
No, it was just still California.
It was still California. Yeah. It was just going to be that way. Yeah. They're going to vote Democrat. So, you know, regardless of how many times you actually demonstrated that the Second Amendment is the king of all amendments. So, I did enjoy playing GTA 5, though, quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
And then, what was the other one? There was another one that we played in there. Oh, maybe I...
Well, you played RDR.
Oh, that's right. I played RDR. RDR, you know you're not going to change the world. So...
Yeah, especially when it's a prequel.
It is a prequel. You know John's going to die. Yeah, it is a prequel. And then on top of it... So, like, Red Dead 2 did this really kind of, like, sneaky thing where you're not going to change the world, but at least you can take care of the people around you.
Right.
But then it's a tragedy. The whole thing falls to shit. And you know it's going to fall to shit at a certain point in time.
And it happened in the first game, too.
It did absolutely happen in the first game. You have Mexico, so in the first game, so you go to Mexico, you learn to hate everybody. So because everybody's just backstabbing, son of a bitch, you know, and so like nothing fucking matters. So when you go back to America, so you're like,
You're a changed man.
You're a changed man. You're like traumatized after you go to Mexico. Red Dead 2 doesn't have a Mexico, but you go to the South instead. Okay? So, and it's just like the whole thing starts to come unglued after a little while. And you're just like, this fucking sucks. This is the ending. Where's the ending? Because I don't want to play this game anymore. Because I know, like, everybody's going to die. All right, you've already killed off the couple people in the gang that I really liked. You know, and I know you did that on purpose. So
get to the betrayal. Get to the
yeah.
But then again, no game handled it with worse grace or less grace than Fallout 4. That was the whole.
Oh yeah.
That whole when you got to that crossroads of, why do you want me to take them out? They're nice.
Yeah, they're nice. I'm cool with those guys. What's the problem with that?
And then, regardless of how much their quote unquote faction system, which that was just like, no. Well, you did missions for these guys, but you're either going to kill them or you're going to join them right now.
Right? Yeah.
Like, this is just bad.
Yeah. No, that's when I tried to kill the blimp on my own. So I couldn't do it.
I thought you did.
Well, you got to unlock the mission later on where you can actually shoot it down.
Right.
You know, but I was like, well, I'm a walking fucking arsenal. So why don't I just, you know, take this thing myself since you motherfuckers are letting me on it. So, and it was like, no, I can't take it down. It's like, okay, so story stuff. I got to go do plot crap now.
Well, do keep in mind that, yes, there is a little bit of dissonance there where this is a game that will let you walk around with nuclear weapons.
Right.
Onto a blimp. A blimp.
A blimp.
Yes.
Right. Which is not held up by like anti-gravity generators. It's held up by fucking helium.
Right.
You know, or
it's not up there by like good intentions or
gravity's a thing in this game.
Right.
Yeah. And it's a blimp.
This game can let you walk around with nuclear devices. Yeah. And they're like, well, you can't blow it up unless. Okay. Got it.
Right.
Got it. Tell you what, I will stick to blowing up these mutated bears.
Yes. Or in my case, super mutants.
See, again.
Bears fly?
Huh?
Could your bears fly or something?
No, they were mutated bears. They had like a Chinese name.
Yaowai.
Or something like that. And so they were really mean, but after a while, you were the meanest thing by far. Yeah, in the middle, like for 1,000 miles, you were like the most deadly thing. And then eventually, yeah, I got tired of even like cleaning up the wasteland, and I was like, let's just speed run the ending of the game. And like
You hit it. Yeah, there was. You can't say exactly when,
Nope.
but actually, I know what happened. I know with you. You hit a story point that was so stupid where you're like, but killing him doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, they wanted me to kill the underground guys. And I was
Yeah.
like, that doesn't make any sense. We're cool. What's your problem with them? So...
No. Didn't they ask you to kill Preston Garvey? Or the
I think
Minutemen?
they did.
Didn't they
Yeah.
ask you to kill the Minutemen? And you're like, what are you talking
It's
about?
like, that's my
dude's-
guy. Yeah.
like, that dude actually is watching the area of my old house.
Yeah. I've got him parked there right now. He's
Yeah.
doing fine. So you want me to go in and blow up my guy? And I was like, no. And then that's when I tried to blow up the blimp, and he can't do it. And it was like, oh, so you gotta make me do story choices now so I can get that one. Well, let me get on fucking IGN here and figure out exactly how to do that. Because that's the ending that I want.
And you're like, all right, let's do this.
Yeah, let's just
I'm
punch
just gonna walk down to
Yeah.
the institute. I'm gonna shoot everybody that walks.
Yep, including my son.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, and people are gonna say, "Hey, stop!" He's like, "Nah,
Nah, bang.
So it's like,
Yeah, and it's like, oh, should you sneak in there? I was like, no, just get me in the front door. It's fine. So
like, I didn't sneak anywhere in this game.
Yeah.
I'm not about to fucking
Right.
start now. I kicked down every front door. That was the same. Like there was that one lady in Cyberpunk who was like, "You were supposed to sneak in there." It's like, no, you asked me to do the job.
right.
And if you don't like the results, ask somebody
Yeah,
else.
somebody else.
Because they're just like, sneak into this guy's hotel room, and the hotel manager's like, I can't give you the key. I'm like, all right, no problem.
Oh my god.
It's like, I got another way to get in there. And then you're like, it's not how I wanted you to do this. Like, ask somebody else.
Yeah, somebody else.
That's
yeah.
how I do things.
Did you type in that message or something?
No.
No, Will, you're talking about the ongoing problem that Patrick and I had from the LucasArts and Sierra era of, yes, I know you want me to solve this puzzle this way, but I'm telling you the way
This
that I'm
works
thinking
better.
this would work.
Yeah.
Okay? I can whip the map off of that clothesline. I don't have to use the ship rip. I will get it off.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
But you say no, I can only do it this way.
Yeah.
Right?
These two things seem to go together, but they don't.
Christ, man.
Yeah.
It's a same. It goes back to it's like, no, don't give Brink the shovel. Hit Brink with the shovel.
Freak with the
It's like,
shovel.
change
yeah.
the verb. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
It's like, I will solve this problem.
Oh, then we figure that out. Like in the games, you kind of decide after a little point in time whether you're going to be a front door kind of guy.
Yeah.
And then all missions become front door
yeah.
missions, or are you Batman? So are you going to Batman the entire thing?
Well, because, yeah, in Cyberpunk, you went the little sneaky route because
I went
the
the Batman
benefit
route.
to sneak was like ×3, ×4 damage or whatever on
Oh
that.
my god,
that
it was
sneaky
crazy.
shot.
Yeah, when you were sneaking around with the silenced pistol,
Yeah.
you would get you would 10 times kill shot people.
Yeah.
No problem.
You just had to stay in the dark.
You just
Yeah.
had to stay in the shadows. Yeah, but after a while, it got so ridiculous that it was just like, nah, I'm just gonna pop.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, whereas, I did that from the beginning and took abuse of that system plus the benefit system. I'm like, all right, so I'm going to put this mod here. Instead of bullets, I wanted to fire horseshoes or whatever. It's like, I'll bet you this will kill something. And so that when they were, that was the disconnect where they're like, you probably shouldn't go in there. You should get help or you should do this, Mike.
It's like, nah, I'm
like,
good.
I'm going to open
Yeah.
the front door. I'm going to kill a guy at the gate. And if people are there shooting, I'll shoot at them.
I'll shoot back. Yeah.
And like, well, that's a big robot. You should get help. It's like, no, I'll shoot it.
It's okay.
Shoot it. And you just
Yeah.
walk through. I'm like, I'm not. And somehow that was so much fun.
That game was a lot of fun.
Like for all the bitching of like, I wanted it to be this. I'm like, I got exactly what I got, and I loved every moment of it.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, if you were like, well, this game was supposed to be like, I don't know. This is like the promises of what Trespasser was supposed to be versus what
yeah.
you got.
No, I didn't. A lot of people bitched about that game, but I actually once they had to iron a couple glitches out that were bothering me in the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
But once they got rid of those, that game was actually probably the most fun one that I played
In a while.
in a while.
Yeah.
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 In fact, I do want to give that one another playthrough because I want to do the whole hacker thing. So be a
right.
fucking
Yeah,
wizard.
actually,
I didn't really do that. So
I was having a hard time figuring it out. I was like, I don't get this.
All the little puzzles that you had to do. Yeah.
And then it just kind of added. It kind of made sense to my character. It's like, oh yeah, my character is dumb too.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, you're a front door guy. So I'll use your key card. So, but I was the same way in Fallout. In Fallout, I couldn't hack a single goddamn computer.
Oh, looking through all the text.
I couldn't do that, man. It made my brain scramble. Like, so literally, like, forget pieces of English after looking at that thing for a little bit. You know, but like any lock in the entire game, I could pick it. You know, so
Right.
But the other thing was like, it was like, oh well, the information's in the terminal. I was like, it'll stay there.
Yeah, it's funny. And then with the lockpicks, I'm just constantly
Snap. Yeah. Just breaking them.
Yeah, every single time it was like
I'm out of bobby pins.
it was like I was actually getting electrically shocked. So I mean, it's funny because like you can hear me doing it because you know when I went over to Will's house and I played dog cards with his kids. There's a version of that which what is it, slapjack? Kind of.
Oh yeah.
Right. And so you're supposed to yell something out when there's a match.
Cheese and biscuits.
Yeah, something like that.
Cheese and biscuits?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And half the times, maybe even more, right? I would catch the match and I would say it first, but I couldn't say the thing because I was too like excited.
Yeah.
And I would just oh.
But you gotta use words. You gotta use words.
I know. Which is why, and that's the same thing that would happen to me every time I'm snapping these bobby pins.
Oh, it
It's
ball out.
like
Yeah. So yeah, I remember, and sometimes after a while they got really hard to find. So you know, if you had broken enough of them. But yeah, like no, if I played Cyberpunk, I go back and I do that. I want to be a wizard.
be a wizard.
Yeah, I want to be a wizard.
You get the hat.
No, it's just like it's Cyberpunk, so you get like the hat is pretty fucked up the way that it looks, you know. So
it's part like neon, like motorcycle helmet with like a COVID mask, you know, or
you don't understand how like, the costuming in Cyberpunk is so fucking far out there that like all the other games that I've played, it's kind of like that kind of makes sense. I mean, Fallout, yeah, every now and then you're wearing this rebar cage around your ribs or something. You know, but it's not too far out. But like even like everything in Dragon Age actually looked really good. You know, in The Witcher, I mean, like everything in that.
Oh,
game
that was like sculpted with love. They looked
absolutely.
They looked like the individual uniforms from like Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Stunning.
Well, and the same thing's true with both GTA and Red Dead. And so Red Dead 1, you couldn't change your costume that much, but Red Dead 2, you could fucking get anything that you wanted and all looked like period Western shit.
Right.
And so, you know, you could play dress up with your cowboy dolls, you know, in that one if you really want to.
Half the game.
But fucking Cyberpunk, you wear the weirdest shit.
Oh my god.
Okay, because you're like, oh, this gives me like a +3 crit, all right? Even though it looks like a fucking silk kimono, I'm gonna wear this.
And
so
they're never in like colors that you or I would ever look like at a Target.
Hot fucking pink.
Yeah, I know.
Offensive teal. You know, this like green color that was like the crayon that never got used, you know?
No, you're right. No, actually, you're talking about the one that is like 90s green, right?
Right,
That's what
it says lemon lime is the actual color.
Yeah. And then it doesn't matter what stage you are in the game, right? No matter what, when you come out in front of your house, like you go to the bus, they're like, no, you don't take that bus, you take that little one.
You take the little one that's coming up the street. Yeah.
And all the kids in the big bus are saying like, look, it's the tartan cart.
Yeah. And, I remember there was like one time I had this like hot pink pair of short shorts.
I know. I wore it too.
Yeah, it was like
you find it early in the
best
game.
piece of clothing that I can get right now. And so you're sitting there and watching like thank God that game's in first person. And I hadn't had a motorcycle yet because I did not want to see my ass cheeks hanging out of this thing the entire time. And I was just like, I like just walking down, and then you see other people who are just like dressed in the weirdest rando shit.
Yeah.
It took a little bit of getting used to. And then later on in the game when you can actually like, you know, like take some of it off because, you know,
you've got better stuff.
Well, you've got this gun that basically will shoot the head off of anything. You know, that you lovingly crafted yourself, usually. I didn't do much crafting in that one either. I just found them.
Well,
you said it was way broken.
Yeah.
Okay, like worse than Fallout?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there was no need for VATS in
Oh, yeah.
Cyberpunk 29. What? 2049?
2077.
2077. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was no need for VATS, man. It's just if I see you, you're dead.
Right, yeah.
Right? Because I mean, this is the thing. This is the thing that was brilliant about this game. Is I've never had a game give me so many options, right, that I could turn into horrifying instruments. Now, you sort of zoomed in on a certain path you wanted to
Yeah.
go, but the choices were absolutely amazing,
Yeah.
and everything was slightly different. Like I feel like I could have made a sniper rifle in that game, right? That could have killed the president from 10 miles away through
Right.
6, walls.
Right, yeah.
Right? But I just didn't go down that path.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't do the things with the mantis arms. I didn't do the things like,
Oh, I forgot about those.
bro, there was a bevy of, like, I was just doing the math and I'm like, these handheld weapons, I'll bet you I could do something
Yeah.
like this here little, like, puncher stick or sword or whatever. It's like, number.
Yeah. I remember finding a baseball bat that was like, I might change my entire guise if I can use this.
But it didn't match my personality.
yeah, no,
I
at that point in time, I was kind of set.
Yeah, I decided on future cowboy.
See, I was corporate assassin.
I know.
Yeah,
That
I was
that was
Hitman,
you.
whatever.
Yeah.
What is
47.
47. I was Hitman 47.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
So if I made another one, it would be totally different. So
No, I would do a straight up thug. I would be.
yeah, I'd probably do a street thug too.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
like. I don't use words.
Right.
It's
Just pound off. Well, they did have like that. I remember there was like this one mod that I found for your hands that if you actually hit somebody, it shocked them. So
that's
yeah,
what I'm talking about. It's
exactly.
so many things. I'm like, okay, I
Just
can
use
do
your
this.
mitts. Just marv it out.
Like, have your kids deviated at all in terms of what they're playing, or is it still like Minecraft and Roblox?
Yeah, that's it.
Roblox. Oh man, I saw a
That's the world.
podcast on Roblox. That's an evil company, man.
Wow, what they do?
Oh, dude. So, like, the way that they actually... So, the whole idea is to get your kids to make games eventually, right? But you play games that other people have made, right?
Yeah.
And so, that's kind of the innocent part.
Yeah.
But then, like, the other part where, like, how they actually determine how they pay people and
Oh
shit.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So, this is not a secret then.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You buy the Robux, and it all goes
Yeah.
to them except for a small amount. If you get past a certain amount, then they
Right.
kick you back.
Yeah. If you design the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's, like, no enforcement mechanisms behind this at anything. And so, like, if...
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Oh, dude, it's like I saw this whole thing that was basically like it's like skirting every labor law in the United States, even though it's a California-based company. All right, where it's basically like, wait a minute, you're putting my 8-year-old child on your payroll?
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, and so apparently the two guys who invented it are just like these evil mustache twirling dudes. That I don't know. I don't know the whole
I
story.
didn't think of it,
so-
but yeah.
But like, there's this whole like community of people who are developers in Roblox, who like there is. It's not a very large. Well, it's a fairly large community, but in order to make a lot of money at it, you got to be like running these like really well-known circles, and so it's like expected you do your first like 10 projects for fucking nothing.
Probably.
Yeah, kind of thing. And then after that, like you can come up with this game that just catches on like wildfire. All right. But because you're technically part of the team that built that company, the guy who founded the team gets all the fucking money. Oh, it's weird, man. So it's really shady.
They found a way to put MLM into.
It is definitely an MLM.
Oh,
it is an MLM game
wow.
studio. Yeah.
Because that's the closest way I can hear you describing that is.
It is definitely. It's Amway. It's
Yeah.
games Amway. Yeah. So.
Well, the game I'm surprised that your kids aren't hooked into is there is just I think it's called Slitherio.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
played it.
okay. I would think that is the
It's
game.
not close to being huge like the other ones.
No, but it's actually fun.
Oh
Yeah, it's fun for us.
Oh,
It just does not It's like Cubic Cube.
It is, yes,
Oh.
but just
A
like
little bit faster, a little bit more, but yeah, it just doesn't have the catch to it.
well, it has the benefit of being a game. The Roblox games suck.
Roblox games are every other game out there. Or it's literally just copying whatever movie
Yeah.
or show just came out and throw those characters into something.
I
Yeah.
know.
It's they're terrible. They're obbies and just all these other things, and yeah. They're just a cheap knockoff version of all. If there's a good game,
Yeah.
There's a Roblox.
there's a
version.
Roblox
Yeah.
cheap knocked off version of it. And
I don't get it. I totally missed the entire thing on that one.
It's
I know
free. You
your
don't-
kids.
you don't
Yeah,
have
I
to
know
buy
your
it.
kids are playing it,
Oh,
and then
well, okay.
I just saw a couple things where, it was like these developers in England, who
dude,
basically
some of them
yeah.
are just like the dumbest games
Oh,
in the
yeah.
world I've ever. Like they're collecting pets.
Yeah, it'll, like go hit the guy with the stick kind of thing. Yeah.
You do not understand the face that my brother just made.
Oh yeah.
Just like walking. Hope like the scratch game lotto tickets. They're just sitting there, keep doing this, hoping that the magic pet comes out,
Nice.
and they're just like, "I didn't get it. I didn't get." And he'll be on the phone with his friends. I didn't get it. I didn't get it. I didn't get it.
All you have to do is push a button.
And well, then they got to go collect more points to come back to do the randomizer to
Oh
see
my
if they
God,
get
man.
it, so that they can get the ultimate pet that doesn't do anything.
It's Mephisto runs, man, all over again.
No, because that was actually a game.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, there's nothing to accomplish other than just
Yeah.
having stuff.
just right.
Like your goal of the game is literally get the stuff.
So you can have the pet.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is there's no end version that you say I'm good at Roblox, right? Where it's like, yes, I can see the skill. Yes, look at these jump cancel infinites that I'm doing, right?
Yeah,
This is hard to do.
it drives William crazy because the friend down the street gets to his parents buy him all the Robux he wants. So, ding.
No.
So William will be doing all sorts of good stuff, everything else, and then you just ching 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 ching, and now he's got the magic weapon that lets him go bash people or whatever, and now he's just like, he didn't do anything.
So on top of that, it has pay to win.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's the whole
The
point.
most
Yeah.
hated mechanic in
That's the
game.
entire point
that's how
of
the whole-
all the games.
That's how the whole ecosystem works. So,
Either you want new skins,
you want
or
accessories.
you can skip in the levels or get power-ups that make you blow by it. So, like, you can literally do the 500 level obby. You get stuck on a level.
What is it?
Hey,
What?
obby? Obstacle course?
Oh, sorry, I don't know the shorthand.
Sorry, that's what.
Yeah. No,
Olivia
I'm-
plays. But yeah, you get stuck on a level, pay some Robux, skip that level.
That's William hitting the skip button.
Yeah. Well, at least it's not a draw 4. Yeah.
Did you hear us talking about this, by the way? Did you?
I did not hear.
Oh yeah. So that was previous
I
episode.
mean, we have issues
Yeah.
as semi but not completely invested board game dweebs. We have issues with the
Massacring the world.
competitive liberties that you take with your board games.
You just play.
Yeah.
And if you make them your rules, then they're your rules. Everybody plays by the same rules, so
House rules are okay. So just yeah.
it's great when you get to go over to somebody else's house and you tell them that this is how the rules are, and they're like, I don't even remember the rules. I guess you're right.
Well, then you're proselytizing your house rules.
Yeah.
That's where we have a problem.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you don't know the rules enough to be confident enough in your rules,
Just go read them.
well, yeah, that's the.
Yeah.
But usually people just start going, and
Yeah.
then it becomes the new rules.
The problem here is that it's not just home field advantage has a different and supportive crowd. There is no version of this where if Kansas City played Denver, in Denver, a touchdown is only worth 4 points.
But if everybody plays by that, then it's okay.
Those would be rules.
Yeah, but Kansas City's touchdown would also be 4 points.
Right. Only when you play in Denver.
But both teams would be 4 points.
Correct. Only
then
when
it's
you play
fine.
in Denver. They're 29 points when you play in Kansas City because it favors their offense more.
Well, both teams are playing by it, then that's fine.
No, that's dog shit. Yeah, no, then that's dog shit. And if you're going that route, then frankly, we should be playing by Jeff's The Lombardi rules for football anyway, which is far superior anyway and keeps it way more competitive.
Your rules make no sense, but that's fine.
They make perfect sense. They need to be ironed out a little bit.
You need some ironing.
Yeah. We need to iron those out.
Not now, though.
No, we're at $1.50.
Okay, then yeah, that's fine. Okay.
And I think this will do.
Okay, all right. So
I'm not really that upset. No, it's fine.
No.
It's okay. I
Yeah.
came across as like being furious, but I'm not. It's okay.
No, you don't look mad.
Okay.
So, all right. I'm Pat.
I will.
Jeffrey, we got to get out of here.
All right.